welcome to everyone who's joining this IxDF session. I'm just going to introduce you to our speaker tonight. I must say we're very honored to have her for a second time. So we have Sandy Mergui, who's going to basically be presenting around beyond the social buzz, online presence optimization for business success. We did have her actually present in March, where she presented a fascinating topic in terms of, and just sort of using practical examples of how she used AI in her business. That was a great presentation. It was really engaging. So I think we're even more excited about today's session. Just some background around Sandy. So Sandy has been a designer since 2005. She's worked in multiple industries, from small print shops to working at an international corporate business, where she gained her experience in marketing and branding. Since April 2019, Sandy has successfully ran her own graphic design and web design and marketing business. Hosting was also added 2 years later to her service offering, and her company, with this addition, is able to now integrate a better marketing strategy and maintain branding of the client's entire business. And I think it's really nice because her experience and sort of her skill set is coming across in terms of her presentations, and she's providing us with all this extra knowledge, which is just amazing. So I just want to say thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone else who's attending this session. I'm very excited for another presentation from you, and I'm going to basically hand over to you then, Sandy.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my presentation slide here quickly. Okay, so obviously, thank you, Naledi, for that awesome intro. I've got my next slide to now talking about who I am and introducing myself to everybody. So that's quite funny. So let's get on to that. So tonight I'll be talking about optimizing your business for online success and what it means and all of that information. So let's introduce myself. So my name is Sandy Mergui, and I've spent 13 years working in a corporate environment in both the software and marketing departments, where I've gained all my knowledge and experience. I've been running my own graphic and web design business since 2016 called Ultimate Design, but I kind of shorten it as U Design. And at U Design, I offer a range of services: graphic design, web design, hosting, management, all of those things. Okay, so let's get into it. So how it all started. So it started a while ago, and how it all basically started is my clients started reaching out to me, frustrated with their marketing efforts and the strategies and paid ads and everything that they've been doing. And they asked me if they can have a meeting with me and just discuss how they can go about fixing it and finding out where all the trouble points are. And at that point, I usually ask them what they've been using for their marketing, for their their marketing efforts, and they always say to me social media, and 100% of them has said Facebook. So that's majority of the issues that we're facing. So when I chat to my clients about the frustrating social media posts, I start asking them why they decided to advertise on Facebook. And more often than not, the response I get is because everyone's on Facebook, because it's free. Oh, I'm not clicking, sorry. Because everyone's on Facebook. There we go. Because posting on Facebook is free. And the last and not the saddest one is because I thought that's just what you did. Nowadays, posting on social media, that's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. Back in the day, it would be newspapers or, those types of things. So it seems logical to cast a wide net. So, due to its scale, its large user base, I mean, looking at the stat that I found, there's 3 billion people on Facebook. So it's a large stat. It's a huge wide net that you're casting. And the ease of accessibility overlooks the importance of targeting the right audience with with tailored messaging. So when we have targeted messaging, it's the art of creating and delivering messages that resonate with your ideal customer, addresses their needs and pains, and their needs, pains, pain points, and goals, and basically says to them, we understand that this is your pain, we are the solution. So that's essentially what you're trying to do. Okay, so stage one is when I meet with a client, I begin the comprehensive data analysis of their entire business. So essentially, I need to learn about the company. I need to learn about the products and services, the customer demographics, so obviously who they're going to be advertising to or any of those things, past marketing efforts, so things that they may have done in the past, and the results and the goals and the growth and the goals moving forward. And using that information, I'm able to formulate a marketing strategy that's aimed for them, their specific marketing, their specific strategy for their customer base and the products and solutions that they're selling. So it's not, again, it's not wide net, it's targeting. Okay. So with this, we need to optimize online platforms. So firstly, we need to discuss the website, since this is where majority of the customers will want to learn about your business. So I'll start with SEO. Click. My goodness, will be easier. Okay, so we start with SEO, which is search engine optimization. This helps alleviate the visibility of the web, elevate the visibility of the website and essentially targeting your ideal customers online. So the way we do this is to optimization. The way we do this is restructuring the copy. So this includes restructuring the text, the copy, the headlines, adding keywords, phrases, back-end metadata, all of those things. Image optimization. So what this means is not only updating the name of the image, but changing and reducing the file size so the images load quickly, because Google likes that when the websites load much faster. And we need to make sure that the alt description, which is also running in the background, is updated, and this helps with accessibility. So creating articles or blogs, which not only drives traffic to the site, but also becomes content for social media later on. And then indexing the website for search engines. I'm sure you know what that means. And there are so many other SEO tweaks and things that we need to do, not only metadata, but tons of other things that need to be done in order to get the website seen. Okay, so phase 2, targeting your ideal customers on an online platform. So once your website is fully customized, we move on to the social media aspect of things. So based off the type of businesses that you have and the audience you're looking to attract will depend on the social media platforms that you're engaging on. Building personas based on, okay, so click, here we go. All right. So building personas and, sorry, I'm trying to use this mouse and it's very frustrating. So building personas is based on the products and services that you sell. So what we're going to be doing is we will create, I wasn't ready for you. You will create a gender, we will create a person, and that focuses on gender. So we're going to have the gender of the person, the age of the person, the location of the person, so where they are, you know, the income, what they're going to be producing, the income that they produce every month, their salaries, and a whole lot of other metadata like that. It would be life experiences. If you're selling something for married people, would it be people that are getting engaged or people that are engaged, people that are looking to get married? So it's those types of things, so life events and stuff. And using that information, we can essentially know where they're going to be looking for a specific platform, or looking for essentially your business, looking for a problem, and then presenting your business as the solution to that problem. Okay, and then choosing the appropriate platform. So in this case, the platform boils down again to the products and services, but also who's looking for them. So again, we're using the persona to figure out who's going to be looking for this stuff and where they're likely going to be. Okay, so in this case, you go to corporate solution. Oh geez, everything just went off. Are you still with me?
Yeah, we can see everything.
Yes, you can still see everything, yes.
Okay, sorry. I just got a fight because the screen went off. Sorry. Okay, so essentially we're going to be looking at, who's looking for it. So a corporate solution for file management isn't going to be on a platform like TikTok. It's better suited for a platform like LinkedIn. And on the other side of that, when you've got a small business that's maybe selling hair products, they won't likely be finding success on, LinkedIn. They will probably be better suited for where their target market is, which is, let's say, for example, LinkedIn or TikTok. So that's something to consider. And then with Google Ads is a huge player in driving traffic to your business. And I'll be talking more on that later. So in the next few slides. Okay, so social media. So create curated content on social media to attract an audience. The content variety on social media. So content variety on social media is to craft social media content that informs, entertains, and compels action. Showcase your expertise, solve audience problems, and use the visuals and stories to connect. Okay, so I need to click over here. Okay, so then we need to be building a community. So building a community means that you're not only going to be engaging in your audience. This is comments that they're going to be leaving on posts or messages when they direct message you. So promptly responding to those types of messages creates the understanding that your audience feels that you really do want to connect with them and that you're answering questions and that you're understanding where they're coming from. Running contests on your social media pages, partnering with influencers, maybe influencers that those people resonate with, and spotlighting your followers to foster a sense of connection. So that just means adding testimonials, adding videos, they're taking a quick snap of something that they may have purchased from you or something that they find very useful, whether it be a product or service or solution that you've provided them. If they're sharing their content with you, it's best that you be sharing their content on social media. Again, that creates content for your page, but it also allows other people to understand that this business actually cares about what the customers are saying and it's showing the customers. And when somebody sees something from their friend or Karen down the road, they go, oh, okay. So it fosters that connection with the other person and it makes them understand that maybe this is the type of business I should be doing or, reaching out to. Okay, so optimize for searching. So what this means is using the correct keywords. So we're not talking about tags. Tags are useful. They are fine. You can put them in social media. But when you start using those specific keywords and you start generating, following and you start using your specific keywords that you started generating for your business, it allows people to search for your content. So whether they're searching on, whether it be YouTube, Google or Facebook or wherever it is, your posts would likely pop up, so they'll easily be found. Okay, and then any additional ideas that I have here would be, again, spending a little bit of money, boosting your reach by targeted ads to utilize and targeted ads. So you're going to be paying for those things. And then utilizing cross-platform promotion. So what that does is you're going to be saying on your Facebook page, check out my YouTube video, or, and then on YouTube, you're going to be, if you want to buy this product, go to my website. So you're going to be sending people to all of your things and that way helping them understand that if they want to watch a video about your product, they go to YouTube. If they want to buy the product, they go to your website. If they want to follow your page and find out more interesting news events and whatever, that would either be your LinkedIn if you're more of a corporate customer, or Facebook, or if you, selling hair ties or something, it would be TikTok or something like that, because that's obviously your target market. Okay, and then let's go to the next slide. So Google Ads. With my time chatting to the clients that I see.
Sandy. Sorry
Hello?
to interrupt you. It seems like your slides are stuck. I don't know if you should maybe stop sharing or reshare.
Okay. No problemo. Stop sharing. I'm just going to turn my screen back on. Because then I can see what's going on. There we go. Okay, the other screen is back on. Share screen. Okay, and then let's go from this slideshow. Let's go from the current slide. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, and I don't know if you intentionally switched your video off, but we can't see your video anymore. But
I did switch my video off because I stood up.
okay, cool. But yeah, seems like the slides are on. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. I'm back. Hi. Okay, cool. So are we on the screen? Are we good? Must I slide?
Yeah, we can see Google Ads, so this is perfect.
Okay, so let's stay on the slide. All right, so with Google Ads, with time chatting to my customers, to in the meetings that I have with them, we often start talking about Google Ads, and I ask them, why haven't you maybe looked at Google Ads? And majority of the people are looking at Google Ads, and then the main question they ask me is, the slide isn't working. There we go. That aren't isn't Google Ads only available to large businesses? So they have this thing in their mind where Google being a big enterprise, meaning they've got all of these wonderful products and it's only available to other big enterprises, which is not true. Okay. And then I just keep encouraging them. I say, look, at the end of the day, Google Ads is available to anybody with a website. So at the end of the day, Google, once you start paying for the Google Ads, you generate articles and all your copy and stuff that you write on there so beautifully, and it's really, really difficult. And you start generating this beautiful content for Google, for your customers, you know, presenting it to future customers, and they will click on that link. So it'd be a compelling copy that pushes them over to your website, and that makes it easily accessible for everybody. Okay, but being Google Ads, there are pros and cons, and I'm going to start with the pros first because let's, you know, make it sound good. So the reach. Obviously, Google is the most popular search engine in the world, and Google Ad lets you put your brand in front of multiple audiences, a massive audience. Okay. And then we've got targeted advertising. So with targeted advertising, you can make sure that your ads are placed in front of the people that need to see the ad. So service-based, demographic-based, whatever it is, they are seeing your ad. I don't know which button to push now. Okay, so fast results. So at the end of the day, Google Ads, it's a paid thing. The second you put your credit card in and you basically created your budget, you set everything up, you created your campaign, and you're effectively live. From that minute forward, you're live. Your website will be, you know, displayed. Well, not displayed. It will be advertised. So all of those copies that you create, all of those campaigns that you create, all the ads that you're pushing out, they will be available immediately. So the results are faster than SEO, but the reason I like to start with SEO first is we need to make sure that your website is, you know, it's happy for Google. And that's also one of the things that SEO does for your website. So using SEO and getting your website optimized, at the end of the day, make sure that your website is happy, or, well, not happy, that's a bad word. Your search engines are happy to present your website to their customers. So at the end of the day, search engines have customers, and you are one of the people that are going, please show your customer my website. So if your website's been optimized, they'll be like, gladly push the customers over to your website. But that is a long-lasting thing. So ensuring that your SEO is done perfectly will ensure that it's always up and running. And that's when we get to the con of faster than SEO. So the results are quick, and as soon as your campaign goes live, your website will be ticked on. Okay, so measurable results. So Google Ads provides detailed analytics, so you can track your campaign's performance and see exactly what's working and what's not working. This allows you to fine-tune your campaigns for better results. So flexible budget, this is the part that is quite nice about it, is you can set a daily or a monthly spend that you want to do. So the way Google Ads works is a cost per click. So every time a keyword or phrase or whatever it is gets searched and that key phrase matches with your campaign. So let's say, for example, we're doing sunglasses. Your sunglass campaign matches your keyword. Somebody's typed in sunglasses Alberton. Your ad comes up. Your ad comes up and you say, I sell the most beautiful sunglasses in Alberton. And if they click on that ad, that money gets taken away. So that's what you're actually spending. I don't know if that helps you. Okay, so high ROI. So the potential for the ROI to be quite high is there. So when done correctly, Google Ads can generate a significant return on ROI, which is wonderful. Okay, now we're going to go to the cons list. And I've made it blue, so it's not red and doesn't look sad. Okay, so the con, and the very first con that happens with everyone is it can be so expensive. Okay, so the reason it can be expensive is, yes, you've set your budget, so you're not spending more than what you've sent. But at the end of the day, as I mentioned, you're paying for those clicks. So your cost per click, your CPC, which is, you know, industry term, can be highly competitive for specific industries. So let's say, for example, we're talking about sunglasses. if you have a small online shop and you're selling sunglasses, maybe it's not a premium brand, maybe it's just, UV sunglasses or something, you're going to write your little copy on your Google ad, you're going to present it on Google Ads, and that's your click. But the word sunglasses as a keyword could be very expensive. Why? Because think of Sunglass Hut. Their keyword essentially is in their business name. So if they want to say, for example, charge R5 for their cost per click, which is insane. But if they want to charge R5 for their cost per click, you're going to have to bid R5.01 or something to try and be above Sunglass Hut. So it literally becomes like a competitive thing. Whoever's going to pay more money for their click or bid more money for their click will get the ranking. But if you think about Sunglass Hut and the price of their sunglasses, R5 a click for 2,000 Rand sunglasses, good ROI. R5 click for 50 Rand sunglasses, bad ROI, that type of thing. So it's just something that you need to be aware of. Okay, so this requires management. And as I said before, the minute your ads start dropping and your listings start dropping, that's when you need to go back in and you need to do the management of it. So to be successful in Google Ads campaigns, you need to be monitored and adjusted. This needs to be monitored and adjusted regularly. This can be time consuming, and it can be even more time consuming for very complex ad campaigns. Okay, I need to take a sip of water. Excuse me. Okay, so the competition. Competition is the most relevant keyword. That has more competition will essentially be driving up the CPC. Again, that same scenario with the Sunglass Hut and your own little shop. So it makes it harder for your ads to stand out. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have to be charging more, and your little flexible budget that you set at like 1,000 Rand a month is very quickly gonna get dropped off, and you're gonna basically cash out that 1,000 Rand in a day if it's that popular, if you're that good at marketing. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is not a long-term solution. So once you stop paying for ads for your Google, once you stop paying for your Google ads, the traffic stops immediately. The second you stop, your little ad doesn't pop up and it's gone. So SEO, again, which builds organic traffic over time, much stronger. So what I like to suggest is we go ahead, we optimize the website. We get all these games strong, your website, your social media, your articles, all of those things. The last resort is we start paying for Google ads. Google ads start sending a flush of traffic to your website, and Google and other search engines start realizing this is a website worth visiting, and it makes the traffic keep going. Okay, and then ad blindness. This is the biggest con in my personal opinion, because at the end of the day, I'm sure you've noticed when you go to a website and you've typed in, again, I'm going to use sunglasses, and you see that little block at the top and has a little word ad on the top. You kind of skip over that and you immediately go to the next one, or it says sponsored or ad or whatever. You kind of skip all of those and then you go to the one that's just a plain listing and you click on that if the copy is written nicely. So the ad blindness is a thing that is something that I've spoken to a lot of people about, and a lot of people have said that they tend to just skip the colored ones, the color blocks, and then they just go to the next. So you'll need to really write a compelling copy that's very relevant to the person to cut through the ad blindness. So it's real. Okay, so the conclusion of tonight is you need to optimize. So to optimize your online presence for business success, you need to optimize your website with SEO. First and foremost, that is the biggest thing you need to spend on, and take time. Spend a lot of time optimizing, writing beautiful articles, like I said to one of my customers. She sold a service. I'm not going to get into that. And I told her she needs to write the service for different scenarios, whether it be you are looking for this solution for your auntie, you're looking for the solution for your granny, you're looking for the solution for your uncle, you're looking for this solution for your mom, this solution for your dad. So she's written the article from 4 or 5 different narratives, but it's the same product. So, and she said that that's actually given her a lot of success, where in the community, a lot of people were looking to help their auntie out, and that's how they found her. So be Be vigilant, write really good articles, and that helps bring traffic to your website. Targeted marketing, you know that you need to be able to not only create the persona, you need to know where they are, you need to make sure that you're delivering the messages that they need to see, essentially. So by knowing your audience, you can locate your audience online, you can craft messages that resonate with them, always reiterate content over all your platforms, and always start cross-platform advertising and using one thing that's on another thing. So if you've made a YouTube video to a step-by-step guide on how to use this or whatever it is, the best thing to do would be to have a copy of that link on your social media or on your WhatsApp ad, or putting that video on your website. Those types of things that cross-contamination, but that cross-platform communication allows the person to understand, or the user to understand, that this is a pretty decent company, they know what they're talking about, and looks like they know what they're doing. And lastly, but most importantly, enjoy the influx of the new business that you've now just generated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandy. That was a great presentation. Everything really informative. I think we can all relate to, I mean, if you have a small business or if you're actually working in the marketing department in a bigger corporate as well. I mean, these are all skill sets and knowledge that can actually really benefit anyone. I think while just to give people some time to ask, to think of some questions, I do have one question. So my question is around, because obviously this is not a lot of knowledge you've given us, and I think it's obviously years of experience, and I think also, obviously you've studied certain aspects as well. I think for someone starting off, I mean, where were the places you started in terms of from a educational point of view and understanding this, and sort of try and gain to grips with all this information?
So that's actually a very good question. I actually didn't have any formal training. So as I mentioned, I worked in a corporate industry, and the managers there were very senior, and they went, "Oh, you like a 20-something little Twinkie. You know how Facebook works. Put us on Facebook." And I was like, okay. And I just had to create content. They said to me, make up content. And then I'd start taking articles and videos that we had, and I'd walk into the showroom and take a photo of the machine and put it onto Facebook. And I had to start just thinking of these things myself. I watched a lot of videos. So, I turned to Google. Google's your friend. And I turned to Google and I watched a lot of videos. Gary Vee has a very good, obviously, Gary Vee is very popular with this type of stuff. So I watched a lot of Gary Vee videos where he was talking about the jab, 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 right hook principle. So it's, again, very strong principle of offering customers information without asking for a sale. So it would be giving them something informative, something educational, giving them something that maybe makes them laugh, or maybe makes them have a relatable moment to your business. Those types of things, and start building a community, or start having these floors of, like, as an open floor, ask me questions. It's a platform, ask me anything you want. And then I would kind of leave it for like a Friday and go, so you want to buy a product? Or on like a Monday or a Tuesday morning, I'd post an ad being like, okay, so we're running a special, or we're going to be doing this, or we're having an open day. Come through and have a look at the open day in Durban branch, open day in Cape Town, or whatever it is. And that would essentially kind of get the traffic going, because they've learned so much about the industry. They've started creating a connection with the industry, and they haven't been asked to buy. Because I think that's the worst thing is, everybody wants to go on social media and there's all these ads going, buy this today and buy this, and you need to save money and you need to buy this. Sometimes people just want to go on social media and just laugh. And if your company is there presenting these little jokes or these little quirky things, I mean, I do social media for a coffee shop, and every now and again I post a funny little social media thing about, a Monday coffee versus a Friday coffee. And the Friday, the Monday coffee teaspoon is standing straight up because you need it for the week. And then the Friday coffee is like iced coffee because it's chilled, like that type of thing. It's humor, people just want humor. They want to be able to laugh and connect with you. And those types of posts, because I put the company's logo at the bottom, those types of posts kind of get shared. and a lot of people comment on those things, and that creates, again, a sense of community, a sense of laughing. Somebody's going to think about that funny joke and go, hang on, that was from a coffee shop, and then click on the link and go, oh, there's a coffee shop, let's go there, that type of thing. So there are a lot of courses that you can go to. Answering your initial question, yes, you can go to courses, you can do online courses. Udemy has a couple of really good online things. Some of the stuff is a bit outdated, so I would always say, if you are going to be looking for a course, make sure that it has the current year, or a date stamp or something, so that that you're kind of learning current things. And don't be fooled by people kind of just having the same title but just changing the end, going for 2022, for 2023, but it's the same thing. So you're learning old Facebook tricks in 2025 that those buttons don't even exist on Facebook anymore. So you just need to be careful of those types of things.
Awesome, that's great. No, thank you so much for that answer. I think it really is helpful for us, I think, the audience, to know that you don't have to go and do a degree, you don't have to go and do to get the skill set, and that you can actually use to push your own business, or if you are working for a big corporate, in terms of from their marketing point of view. No, thank you for that. I'm gonna ask any questions from the audience. I'm just checking the chat to see if there are any questions in the chat. I don't see any questions. Any questions from the audience?
I saw a very nice comment, in the chat. It's very sweet.
And just which one was that one? It was oh yes, I saw that one. Really encouraging.
For Miriam, it's very sweet.
Yes, for
thanks, Miriam.
Yeah, really encouraging for a young designer to hear your success.
I started my company in 2016. So I was actually freelancing. So I started my company in 2016, when I did quite a lot of work for a lot of small businesses and a couple of larger businesses, banner designs, and like golf day event, banner designs and flyers, like little things. And in 2019 is when I actually went full on into my business. And yeah, it's been going ever since, and it's been doing very well. And I have no time. I have no social life. It's wonderful.
Okay, so we do have a question.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't actually see who hands it is. I can't see a list of people. So I think whoever has a hand up, if you can please just put your mic off mute and then ask your question.
Yeah, just thank you very much for the information. Thanks for struggling through the technology.
Oh, goodness.
Just a quick one. Is it worth staggering your budget over a period of time? Like what you say, if everything goes on the first day, is it worth keeping budget back so that you are not swamped, and that maybe you can release budget? I don't know if it's possible to do that, but maybe release a little bit and then a week later add a little bit more money into the campaign, and then a week later add a little bit more.
I hear what you're saying. So if you want to do it bi-weekly, that's also fine. But the best thing to do, you're talking about Google Ads, I'm assuming. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is once you've created, okay, so let's kind of just create a scenario. You've created a goal. So your goal is, I want to get foot traffic, or I want to, sell this product by this time. So again, it's not a long-term solution. Your SEO should be taking care of day-to-day traffic on your website. But as a short-term push onto your website, or getting people to understand that you've got Black Friday sales. I know everyone thinks about Black Friday and doing the small mailers and stuff like that, but if you want to get people foot traffic, you would spend that kind of money, you would load your budget, and you would be talking about your product, your services, your solution, your company, whatever it is, but you'll be driving traffic. So whatever your goal is, you're driving traffic as in foot traffic. So it would land onto a page on your website. Your page will go, we are having this launch. Please come to our business. This is the date. This is the time. This is what you can buy, whatever it is. So depending on the goal, depends on how much budget you want to spend. And I have customers that I do campaigns for where we have seasonal campaigns. So because they're a seasonal business, they're a lawnmower business, they're seasonal. So when spring is rolling around, we're encouraging them to book your service now, get your machine serviced. So when, the first rain hits, you can start mowing your lawn. And then, you know, you're going through summer as in these are the new machines to buy. This is the hedge trimmers. These are the lawn trimmers. These are these things. And then as summer starts fading, you start fading into autumn, we start pushing other things. So we start pushing hedge trimmers because that's what you should be doing. Do you know what I mean? So that campaign is changing the whole time, and we have multiple campaigns that keep popping up, and we just pause this one, and then we awake this one up, and then we kind of fine tune the things, maybe to update some of the information or the products. And then as summer goes down and now autumn is happening, we pause this one again and we pop up winter, autumn, and then the autumn campaign goes on. But what my customer has done is he's just loaded, you know, obviously in summer, because there's more customers and more people want to buy lawnmowers and all of those things, he increases the budget for the summer period, so spring and summer. And then he decreases his budget for winter and autumn, because that's generally when the business, a lawnmower business, is generally quieter. And he doesn't feel the return on investment in that term. He doesn't feel that the return on that is very high. So he'd much rather push more money in the seasons that he is busy versus the seasons that he isn't. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, perfect. That does. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. No, thank you for that question, Vaughan. We have a hand up by Irene. Please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Sure, thank you. Thanks, Sandy. Very interesting talk and presentation.
Good,
So
I'm
I've got two questions. So the one is, do you use LinkedIn ad campaigns? If you do, if you can tell us a bit about that. And then secondly, how much do people charge for help with SEO or indexing? And if one's looking for someone to help, where would be good places to find somebody reputable?
Okay, so with LinkedIn, I don't actually do any LinkedIn ads at this point. I am working on it with a corporate customer at the moment, and we are now in phase 2. So phase 2 is social media. And being a corporate customer, I have, you know, insisted that we do push, you know, we pull away from Facebook, because that's where he wanted, again, that's where he wanted to spend most of his ad money. And he's targeting, you know, we need to focus who he's targeting. So he's got three relevant clients. The smaller client, you know, the smaller home person, you know, working small offices, they can maybe be reached on Facebook. But the medium and large would predominantly be LinkedIn. And we haven't gone down that road of paying for ads with LinkedIn. It is very expensive. And I have looked at it, and I think I did do it in my corporate job. I think I did do it, and the return on that wasn't very good. I don't know why. I can't remember why, but we paid a lot of money for that ad. I think it ran for a couple of weeks, and we just didn't really get a return on it. I think maybe the ad didn't have a target. Like I think it was like a wide spray. I didn't set the ad up. I actually don't know who set it up, but I remember them talking about it and saying it was a waste of money. And with regards to finding somebody that does SEO, you know what? The people that do SEO have SEO'd their website beautifully. And if you want to find them, you just have to search SEO professionals and you'll find them, because they have done a good job marketing themselves. Yeah, so I do SEO for businesses, and I tend to do SEO for the current websites that I design for my current customers. I have done SEO for people that have asked me to do it, but I just have to, you know, kind of look at their website, see where they, you know, what they're doing, what platform they're working on. And again, we need to have the conversation of establishing a goal, understanding who your audience is. You know, all of those things that I mentioned in the presentation, we need to have that conversation. We need to get the understanding of who you are, who you're looking for, where you're looking, and all of those things. And then we start formulating a campaign, but for your business. So we start formulating the ideas and the campaigns and the articles for your business. Again, loading that onto your website, boosting your website, boosting all of those things. And if you want, you can start with Google, you know, Google ads to try and get the traffic onto your website, especially if it may be a new product that you're offering. But if it's a new product that you're offering and you have an existing database, I would probably email that database and be like, this is our new product, because if you've got it, hopefully you've got a newsletter function on your website, people have subscribed, and you've been collecting email accounts, you know, as you've been invoicing people and so on, communicating with people, you've been collecting those email addresses and then using that, obviously asking for permission because of the POPI Act, we need to ask for permission. And then you can just advertise to those people.
Interesting. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that question, Irene. Great question. Are there any more questions from anyone?
There's questions in the chat here that I'm seeing.
Okay, let me just check the chat. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the top. So when did you start your company? I think we had that question already.
Yep.
How did you find clients? Did you build a portfolio to show them?
Okay, so the client finding was very difficult, not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. I used to think people would say that was like, blah, 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 word of mouth. And it's the best form of advertising. So when you start promoting yourself using the online platforms, you know, at the end of the day, that's where you start. So because I cover both small business and entrepreneurs, as well as, you know, I can do corporate work, I was posting both on LinkedIn and on, you know, the smaller social media pages. I was posting on Facebook and stuff. And it kind of went from friends of friends talking to other people. They were going, I think I need a graphic designer, or I'm looking for this. And then my friends just passing out my business cards as well. So friends, family, word of mouth, start spreading like wildfire. When you start doing websites and you leave your logo at the bottom of the website, people look at the website and go, oh, that's pretty. Who made it? Then they click on your website, goes to your website, you know, click on that link, goes to your website. And it just starts snowballing from there. And again, I SEO'd out of my website. So I get random calls. Even now, still now, I get random phone calls of like, do you do this? Yes. Okay, cool. I need your help. Because I wanted to make sure that I did a targeted adding where I wanted people only in Alberton, because I wasn't going to drive to Roodepoort and I wasn't going to drive to Pretoria and to go see customers that are very far away. And when you localize your speciality, you get a lot of business, people. Just FYI, don't think I need to be international. If you target, again, targeted marketing, you target down and you say, I specialize, is the area I specialize. I do work for Wadeville, Alroad, those are big companies in Alroad, big companies in Wadeville, Germiston. I've had a few contacts in Boksburg, some Edenvale, some Bedford View, and then I'm just working around me here. And then obviously Alberton, Meyersdale, Brackenhurst. So, you know, it happens. Your little Alberton thing, and then people go, oh, Alberton's just down the road from me, I'll phone her. So trust me, keep it in your area.
Awesome. Thank you for that
And
question,
yes,
Natalie.
build a portfolio. Build a portfolio. Put your portfolio on your website.
Awesome. Thank you for that question, Natalie, and thank you for a great response, Sandy. We have another question. Were you nervous when you started your business full time?
I was nervous. I think my corporate brain said to me, you need to be prepared for everything and every eventuality. So I spent a month creating contracts and drawing up SLAs and drawing up all of these documents that I think I used one of. Because for some reason I thought I needed to be the most prepared person ever. And yeah, so I started creating all these documents. And, you know, when I started advertising and building the social media and stuff, and started advertising and getting the little small jobs and whatever it is. Obviously you get excited, you get thrilled, you send in the invoices, you get paid, and you're like, oh, I got money now. So yes, it was nervous. It was extremely nervous, but luckily I have a supportive partner, and I was, you know, everything was taken care of. It was fine.
Awesome. That's really lovely to hear. Thank you for that question, Latima. And yeah, thank you for the response. We did have, are there any other questions? I know there's one question here which I will answer about where we can get access to the recording. Are there any other questions for Sandy? Either in the chat, I don't see anything more in the chat, or anything from anyone of the attendees currently online. I think if there isn't, then I'll just respond to that last question. So where you guys can access the recording of today's session. So we will actually go and post a recording on our YouTube page. What I'll do is now basically add the link of the YouTube page on the Meetup site. So I'll just say, look, here's a recording from the last week's session, and I'll also add it onto the IxDF also event page as well. So on both sites, you'll be able to go and see the link and then access the recordings. And that link will actually give you access to all of our previous sessions that we've actually had over the past few years as well.
And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll get notified when there's another upload.
Lovely, yeah.